Hey everybody, I'm here today with Sean Casey, who's the founder of Fern Sprout Studios. How's it going today, Sean?
Doing really good. Excited to be here.
That's awesome. I'm excited to have you. But we're just going to go straight into the questions. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So, how and why did you decide to create Fern Sprout or found it, I should say?
Yeah. It started off as a fun side project for my friends and I back in like early January of this year. It's like January 2024. I kind of come from a traditional business background, have worked in a lot of that space, and almost every single one of my friends has expertise in the gaming space. So we thought it'd be a fun marriage of our cool friend group and doing something cool. And all of a sudden, it went from we were making a cool game in our over Discord calls, completely remote since we're all in different states, to all of a sudden we were like, oh, people really like this game. The testing went super well. Then we entered it into a big contest and we got into the event and it progressed super, super fast. So it went from fun side project to we're now really trying to grow and become a legitimate indie studio.
That's awesome. Your friends are these like your friends from high school or school or
Yeah.
like, yeah,
So
that's cool.
mostly high school. We all went to high school together and then ended up at all different colleges across the US. I think right now we're mostly based West Coast, I'd say,
Okay.
Oregon, Washington area, but we have people in kind of North Carolina, Canada, Northeast. So we're kind of spread out everywhere.
That's cool. So you graduated with a bachelor's in business administration with a BBA in finance from the
Hmm.
University of Oregon,
Yeah.
the College of Business. You know, you mentioned a little bit that you've kind of got that business background. How has that education and your background in business
Hmm.
helped in, founding the studio and kind of managing it and keeping it afloat?
It's been really, really useful. I
Yeah.
There's all those little things from classes that I honestly totally in the moment would have been like, oh, I'll never need this. I'll never think about this. But going from a guy who was working in corporate finance to then trying to do my own startup, there's all those random laws that I have to remember. How do we file an LLC? How do we start to grow our business? How do we market to people? How do we think about, the structure of the team and leadership and project management? And there's a ton of things that you don't think about right as you start your first business that once you're thrown in, it hits you all of a sudden. I joke with Kia, who's one of the other guys who helps with the business side of things, that every day is kind of a new fire to put out and a new thing to think about and process and deal with. So, whether it's we released a for Astrohaulers specifically, it was our first time making a game as a studio. We jumped in. We're like, all right, let's get through the quality QA process, do testing. We had no systems in play for it. We kind of just said, all right, we'll just send a link to all of our friends, see what they think of it. But we realized really quickly zero feedback is getting written down. So we'd have people play it. We're not taking it in. So then it turns into, okay, Kia and I have to go full project manager mode. How do we start to organize this and actually track the feedback we're getting from all these people and start putting it into the game so we can make it more fun? So there's a lot of like random little things with bachelor business that you can learn that then all of a sudden become useful once you get into your first startup or entrepreneurial venture.
It's not all like playing games and
No,
having fun.
I wish. Since I can't do most of the coding for it, I am definitely the lead play tester and trying everything and getting through that process.
Awesome. Um, so the studio, I was looking through your guys' LinkedIn, your
Mm,
feed, the feed. Um, it looks like you guys are comprised mostly of students or people that
hmm.
are just kind of fresh out of college.
Yep.
What's the atmosphere been like with the studio since a lot of you guys are kind of at the beginning of your careers or
Yeah.
just like at, graduating and things like
Yeah.
that?
I would say it's very lively and it definitely what I said prior where it's a new learning experience every single day. None of us have done this before, so it's our first time and we're when that problem comes up with the development cycle or we did a marketing play, we're like, all right, let's try this, let's do this video, and then it gets like 5 views and you're like, okay, we're starting from ground zero again. Let's redo that. So I think the biggest thing you notice when you're at a small young firm like this is your trial and error is just going to be all over the place. You're just guessing, okay, I think this is the direction we can go to grow, or this is how I think we can build out the design for this level, for example. So being with a bunch of juniors, we're all sort of open to that fact that we're going to be learning from each other. And there are skills that I've picked up being kind of leading the charge from the business end from our game team and our developers. And there's a lot of skills that they're teaching me too, so that I can be a better leader to them and guiding them into our milestones we're chasing and kind of deadlines we're hoping to hit for the cycle for our next game.
Cool. So you guys just kind of like bounce off of each other
Yeah,
and grow together. That's awesome.
I think in
Um,
the startup space, that's so essential. And
hmm.
especially in games, you need to learn from each other and just be open to bouncing ideas back and forth, because no one knows 100% what's going on. So just continuing to work on it together.
Yeah. I mean, no, honestly, I had a few internships myself this summer, and
Hmm.
as great as college has been, the what I got there was kind of invaluable
Yeah.
in those spaces. Uh, a few of your members, yourself included, on your LinkedIn again, the Fern
Hmm.
Sprout LinkedIn, it was mentioned that you streamed, and then
Hmm.
another member of your team, the director of technology, is Zachary Meager. Is that how
Hmm.
you pronounce his last name,
Oh,
Meager?
yeah, me is fine.
Meager. Um, he posts YouTube and TikTok content. Has,
Hmm.
you know, how's that guys, how has that helped you guys?
Hmm.
Has your experience streaming or his experience making content for those
Yeah.
platforms kind of helped the studio or your marketing efforts?
100%. I think Zach specifically has years of experience with YouTube and has multiple YouTube accounts he's ran over his lifetime, whether it's short films or more game focused content. Go check out Zach M Live for Terraria content if that's what you're into. And, he has such an eye for YouTube and TikTok that almost it just helps us put out quality when we do put stuff out there, and it ensures that, like, when we're thinking about, okay, how do we want to grow TikTok, how do we want to grow YouTube, he's someone who's done it. He's gotten to 4,000 subscribers on YouTube and knows what the game looks like for reels, knows what the game looks like for TikTok. So he's been invaluable to us to start making content. And I think in the next month or two, we're really hoping to make a push to get more YouTube content on there. I'm a believer that in the gaming space, one of the best places to grow is YouTube. Highlighting how we built the game, highlighting the game itself, let's plays, our studio playing games together, just putting content out about us as a friend group and a group of fun people to be around, so that it incentivizes, hey, like, these guys are cool. I want to check out what they're doing. What is the next game they're thinking about?
Awesome. So your team has worked on, two projects,
Super.
Dig Deeper and Astrohaulers.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a chance to play Dig Deeper. I've been so busy,
Hmm.
but I did download and play Astrohaulers a little bit, which was
Awesome.
really cool.
Hmm.
You know, what do you have any inspiration for either of these titles? And
Yeah.
was there anything that you guys tried to accomplish in making them?
So for Astro Haulers, that was honestly the brainchild of Cade, our lead programmer. He was in our, like, first kind of day of meeting as a studio, thinking about, okay, what would be a fun game to play. He threw out an idea of, I've always been interested in, like, making a more fun version of, like, being a mailman or a postman. Like, he's like, could we make a video game about being delivering mail, delivering packages? So if you ever get the chance, I do highly recommend look at our dev logs for the game, and you can see sort of the initial sketches of, it was supposed to be set in a city at first, and your character you'd play as is a little, like, postman delivering mail, and it slowly shifted into, okay, how can we stylize delivering packages, and then how can we make music that is interactive and fun. And it slowly turned into up there, and it's like this kind of space themed package manager game. And slowly but surely, as we did our testing, people were loving it. Like, oh, this is cool. This is a fun little game I can play. And for a 3 to 4 month project, we were super proud of it, and it was awesome. Dig Deeper was actually a game jam project we did. It was just a way for us to test ourselves as we switched over to Godot. We built Astro Haulers with Unity, and that was a great experience for all of the developers. But we had that feeling deep down that we're like, you know what, we think Godot is going to be better for us long term. So we tried Godot out for Dig Deeper. It was a week and a half long game jam. And we just thought it'd be a fun idea to like play off of classic arcade games and just have a character digging down and digging deeper, right on the nose with the name. But just a simple concept that's fun and easy to play. But it was supposed to be like a closed loop. We have a week and a half to build it. Whatever happens at the end of the week and a half, we put it out there.
No, I definitely want to give Dig Deeper a try.
Mm,
I know I watched like some stuff on it
yeah.
and I looked at the itch page. It definitely looks fun, like a little
Yeah.
arcade game.
Yeah, it's a very like small scale, like weak build, and it was super fun to play still. So we were happy with it.
remind me of Dig Dug.
Hmm?
The old classic
Yes, yeah,
arcade game,
yeah,
Dig Dug.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you.
Um, so, you know, next going forward, I just want to congratulate you guys because you
Hmm.
brought, Astro Haulers to the Seattle Indie Expo.
Hmm.
Um, what was the feedback like there for the game and as a studio that you think will help moving forward?
Hmm. I think the feedback was incredible. I mean, both from the judges themselves, because if you didn't know, they to get into six, you need to apply, and they take
Mhm.
kind of the 25 to 30 best studios that they think have the best game. And before you even get in, they give you I think it was like a 10-page PDF of just feedback from people in the game industry and feedback on what they thought. And we had overwhelmingly positive feedback and some really good little details and constructive feedback of how to make the game a little even more fun or even more user friendly, which we started to build out further prior to the official event. And then at the event, I mean, six was incredible. There was probably 600 to 1,000 people that came throughout the day, easily 200 people playing our game throughout that 6 hour 8 hour period. So all the smiles, all the people competing with one another, chasing high scores. It was just so validating to see people love and have fun with this little baby that we created in, January through June. So it was an incredible experience.
That's what I was gonna say. It's got to be something surreal, like watching
Mm-hmm.
people,
Yeah.
engage with, but not only engage with it, but like love something that you
Yeah.
had a hand in making.
Yeah. It
I imagine
was
it's like euphoric or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I there was a moment where Cade and I, the like I said, the lead programmer, we looked at one another. We're both like almost teary eyed, like shocked at like, holy crap, this is an incredible experience. And we are definitely one of the small guys there. There are studios there that has a lot of money and funding. There's studios that have made 5 to 10 projects, and we put it out there in the world, and we're getting all the positive feedback towards it. So.
Cool. Well, that's great. So you mentioned like way earlier that you guys are really starting to grow now,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you guys have you posted on your LinkedIn uh on the 5th of this month,
Mhm.
September 5th, that you guys hired
Mhm.
some new people in various
Yep.
roles. How have you been seeing your studio grow since February, which is I believe when you guys founded the
Yeah,
studio.
that's the
Um,
formal found. Yeah, February.
yeah. And seeing all these people come in, are you excited about the future?
Hmm.
Like how's it been with this growth and
Yeah,
whatnot?
the growth has been crazy. I mean, we took on two more developers in the last 3 months, and then brought on a couple artists as well. The first Astrohauler and Dig Deeper were both made internally, kind of programmer art as we call it, and with help of Kia, who's done a little bit of art in his time. And it's awesome to be bringing in some incredibly talented artists that have kind of range from concept to animation to environment. They're comfortable at all levels and joining us for this long journey. So I'm super hopeful, and I think we've got cool things in the pipeline. Like I said, I think in the short term, YouTube is going to slowly start growing. I think the Twitch streaming is going to be really interesting. We did play around with a little bit in Astro Haulers, where we actually had Cade do Twitch streams of him coding, and it would just be all us on a call and him coding and working on projects, talking through the ideas and trying to interact with people as they came in and talking about the development process. So no, I think our growth has been awesome. I think we're finally at that like stable place where we have a person to do every little detail within the game. And as we start this next big project, we're really excited.
That's awesome. So we've talked a little bit about Dig Deeper and Astro
Mm-hmm.
Haulers, and you mentioned, Dig Deeper was for a game jam. They
Yeah.
both got itch.io pages
Yep.
that, people can check out. Do you plan on, bringing these to other platforms like Steam,
Mm-hmm.
Apple, iOS,
Yeah.
Android, something like that?
I think right now the target is trying to get Astro Haulers in Steam within the next month. We're finalizing a few more details and taking the last little bit of feedback we got from the day of six, just the people playing the game, and making it polished as possible. So that way we can release a fully tested and fully loved build onto Steam. I think Dig Deeper, we like it on itch. I think it's since it's such a small scale game, we don't want to go through the whole Steam approval process and setting up another page. And it's small enough where if someone really wants to try out another game from us, it's there, it's available. But I think our focus is get Astro Haulers on Steam and get that out to the masses.
Awesome. Well, that really has most of my questions, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
all my questions for the
Yeah.
studio. I really enjoyed talking about the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see where you guys go next. But moving forward, I've got like more. I don't know if you've seen any of my interviews before, but I've
Mm-hmm.
got like more interactive, fun-filled
Yeah, let's do it.
questions. So the first thing, and I like to ask everybody that I interview this,
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, yeah, we do the same thing. Whenever we interview people to bring them into the studio, we also ask favorite games. So it's fun to get it thrown back at me. I would say right now the game that I have the most like emotional connection to and love for will is probably Red Dead Redemption 2. I've put significant time of my life into that game since it's come out and what is it like 2018,
Yeah,
2017. But yeah, I absolutely love Red Dead Redemption 2. Just one of those games that I've sunk so much time into exploring and different play styles and just enjoying the environment. And I always joke with Cade, like, when are we gonna make our next like open worlds like version? And we're like, we're a little too small for that. We might not get there anytime soon, but absolutely love that game.
great game. My girlfriend actually got the chance to meet. I can't remember his name right now, but she got to meet the voice actor who voices Arthur Morgan.
Wow,
Is that
that's
Roger
cool.
Clark? Is that his name, Roger
Roger
Clark?
Clark, yeah, I think
And
actually, yeah, Roger Clark.
it's awesome. We went to this GameStop a couple years ago that was like closing, and they're giving away posters. And we've got this giant, like wall-sized Red Dead Redemption 2
That's
poster
awesome.
that he signed.
Yeah,
So it's this giant poster on the wall with his signature. Big fan of that game. Good choice.
yeah.
Um, Going on. So I do these blind rankings. So
Mm,
basically, I'm gonna give you like a prompt.
okay,
Uh, or like a genre, and then you have five options,
gotcha.
but you don't know what's next, so you're gonna have to
Okay,
blind rank it 1 through 5.
I'm gonna grab a piece of paper so I don't like lose track
Okay,
while I'm doing this. I want to make sure I nail this. Go for it. I got my one note.
okay. I
One through
also,
five, you said?
yeah, one through 5. I also like to write it down. So these are like management simulation games, kind of both.
Okay.
Um, and I did that because of Astro Haulers. So your first game that you're gonna blind rank is Planet Zoo.
Planet Zoo. Ooh. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to remember that game. I'm gonna look up a picture of it so I can make sure I'm thinking of
Okay.
the right one. Yes. Oh my gosh. So remember this game. I'm gonna throw this safely at 3 for now.
Okay.
I do have a lot of memories with this game. This is a good one. I'm gonna safe bet put it 3.
Safe bet.
I think there's other games that you're potentially gonna say that I think will go 1 and 2, but
All right. Cities skylines.
ooh, I don't think I've played this one before. I think okay, since I haven't played it, I'm gonna put it at 5. I'm gonna put it at 5.
5.
Yeah.
Easy choice. Oh, now I'm getting worried that you haven't played the other ones.
Oh
Um,
no.
no, it's not your fault. They'd just be like, It'd be funny. Have you Frostpunk?
Frostpuck. Hmm. This one I actually haven't either. Wow, this looks really cool though. I'm looking it up right now. I'll put it at four since I haven't
Or
been.
I'm hoping. I'm assuming that you played this next one, or at least like a version of it. Um, Civilization 6.
Yes, yeah, that's one. That was
That's
sort of what I was hoping for was Civ 6 for one, but you should if Cade was here, he'd be freaking out. That's one of his he loves the Civilization series, so
yeah.
that's definitely something we all bond over.
Um, so you're forced to take this next one at number
Yeah.
two.
I'm
So it's
there's one I'm thinking of that I'm hoping it is because it
oh
was one
yeah,
of the slight inspirations, like the initial thoughts of Astrohaulers, but
it's RimWorld.
RimWorld. That is a
RimWorld.
great game. It wasn't what I was thinking of. I'm actually happy with that being number two. Another one that we actually like had some thoughts of comparing this game to originally was Factorio.
Oh, okay.
That was
I've
another
I've
one.
I've heard of that and seen gameplay, but I haven't played it
Mhm.
myself yet.
Yeah, that was one that we kind of joked about initially of like basing a game off of just because it had a lot of options. But no, RimWorld's a great. All I'm happy with that being number two.
Okay. So the next thing, it's kind of similar.
Okay.
So it's like a draft fight. So I've got like a boss here.
Okay.
Um,
Let's go, boss
it,
fight.
but you're not gonna know who the boss is till the end.
Oh,
Um,
geez.
and I've got like three criteria
Okay.
for a draft. So I'm gonna tell you each of the three, and then you
Hmm.
have to draft somebody based on that criteria, and then we'll see if your team of three, if
Okay.
we think that he'll be able to
If
beat
we
the other
think we'll
guy.
be the boss, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right. So you ready for your first one?
First category. Yep.
All right. Any video game character that is a robot. Uh,
Robot
a
video
robot.
character.
It could be a
Are
cyborg or
we
something too.
are you gonna name off all three or should I try and pick one right now?
You gotta pick one.
Okay,
Right.
let's
It's
do it.
just the one guy.
Okay, let's see. Robot video character to beat a boss. Ooh. Hmm. Trying to think of someone that like would be versatile because like with you I don't
Versatile.
know what boss it would be, so I want to be able to think creatively. You know what, this is going to be, I am blanking on their name, but this is going to be a weird pick, but I think it will work. I'm going to do
Okay.
the guy, one of the guys from Portal.
Portal.
I
One of
want to,
the robots in Portal
yes,
2.
one of the robots from Portal 2.
I don't remember their name. Are we
I'm
gonna go with
forgetting
a
their name, but hold on, name of Portal guys. I'm thinking with them, I could use those teleporters. Atlas and Peabody are,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll do
Um,
Atlas and Peabody. We'll call them
Atlas
one
and
guy.
Peabody. Well, yeah, we'll call him one guy.
I'm thinking with the portals, I can take advantage of that and get pretty fancy with some of my plays
Yeah.
with that,
Your
depending on what this next
maneuvers.
guy. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my thought there. I thought it was a
This
creative one.
no, it is. This one's a lot more I think you can pick a lot more with this next one. Any video game character that uses magic.
Ooh,
Can be any form of
magic.
magic. Yeah.
Magic. Okay, let's see. Who is the most powerful magic user in a video game that I've played recently? Let's see, magic user. We could do because I'm trying to not pick just someone that has like a movie with a like a video game adaptation because like
Okay.
Gandalf would be a sick pick. Um, no, okay,
I was
not
actually thinking
Gandalf,
of
not Harry Potter. Those are boring.
I was actually thinking of writing down like any movie adaptation
Oh
video
yeah, I
game
was
to
gonna say
go.
if it's a movie one, then like
Yeah.
Gandalf is a super easy one. Let's see. Trying to think of one that's like unique. Would be a good one. Mm, let's see. Damn, this is tricky because I'm afraid of who you're gonna say is the boss. So it's like making me like struggle to pick one.
I tried to pick somebody that's like somewhat recognizable.
Mm.
Because I'd hate to have been like, oh, this is some guy from like a like Atari game that nobody's played or something like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Let's see. I'm leaning towards, you know what? This is a good pick. I think this will be good. We're gonna go Witcher 3.
Are we gonna do? Geralt or
Geralt. We're gonna do
Geralt?
Geralt. I think he's going to be a safe pick if you have a
He's a, he,
like beast that we have to kill. I think he could be very versatile. He's got the sword, he's got his magic. I think that's going to be my safe pick.
so the next pick is any video game character from an Xbox or PlayStation exclusive game.
Ooh. Oh, geez. Okay. It's got to be an exclusive. See, now I'm worried. I think I need to go sci-fi or like tech
Sci-fi.
because sci-fi or tech related because honestly, we're gonna go classic here. We're gonna go Master Chief as the third
Master
choice.
Chief.
I think that those are gonna be my three I ride with. Magic user, Geralt's got the sword, got the magic. We're gonna be portaling everywhere, and then Master Chief's got all the util to take on any sort of alien monster you throw at me.
Okay.
I think that's my trio. There we go.
You know what? It's better than the last one of these I did. I think.
Fair,
Um,
that's good.
s-
I'm proud. I'm
s-
proud.
so the guy that your team's going against is Balder from God of War 2018.
Oh, jeez. That's a yeah. I don't know. That's tricky. Do we beat Balder? What's your sort of gut reaction? I'm curious. You've now seen my ping.
I think that I honestly don't know. I think that I haven't played any of the Witcher games.
Yeah,
I've
he's
heard they're
pretty
great.
powerful,
I
and
heard Geralt's powerful, but I don't think Master Chief, like with
no,
his guns, gonna be able to do
no, I
anything.
think Master Chief is gone, and like I think portal guys can give me a slight movement edge. But what's funny is like from what I remember with Balder, he can also like he's got yeah, I think I lose this. I
I
really
don't know,
do.
maybe if like Atlas and Peabody they like portal themselves on
That's what
top
I'm
of
saying.
cliff
Like
and like
portal
they'll
on
portal
some.
down.
I think
Um
I lose this though. I hate to say it. I want to be confident in my guys, but I worry that Balder is just crushing. He's crushing Master Chief before we even get started. Like just one quick, he's done, and then Portal guys help Geralt get around and stay alive for long enough. But I don't think Geralt's strong enough to beat Balder because he was pretty strong in that game.
I
That was a tough mission.
I think that your best bet is for Atlas and Peabody to get him in that loop where it just
Yes, the
keeps
loop, and then Geralt's
yeah.
just like
It's like yeah, I mean,
yeah.
but I don't know if that's gonna happen, man. I think
No,
that he might.
he's pretty quick. I think I lose this. I hate to say it, but yeah, that's a tough fight. That is really tough.
The last one I did was with the last interview I did was with Jonathan Medina Reyes. I don't know if you know
Mm.
him. He does Dinobite Studios and he had Sephiroth was his guy.
Mm. Yeah,
And
that's pretty
he had
gnarly.
he had a Ratchet he had a Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, um Link from Legend of Zelda, and then this woman from Dead Space, Nicole, and she's just like a
Okay.
normal person.
Yeah, just a normal
And
person.
I was like, I don't
See,
know, man.
I think with my three, if Master Chief stays alive for long enough, it's a good fight, but I still think I'm losing, which is sad. I
I
really
think
wish
that if they really pulled together, they could maybe do it.
it's
They
close.
could maybe squeak it out.
But no, I don't know. That's a tough fight though.
I
Damn.
didn't. I was like, if he picks Kratos,
Yeah, that would have
he
been
could
set.
done.
That team would have been perfect. Oh,
Yeah,
dang. See, I went alien monster direction for the boss fight.
yeah.
Like I was like, okay, are you gonna pick something like a big beast or an Elden Ring boss? And I'm like, okay, we're clearing. We got
Ooh,
this. You know,
maybe I should do an
that
Elden Ring or
was
Dark Souls boss
you see what I
next.
mean? So that was
Yeah.
sort of where I started was like, okay, with Geralt and the Portal guys, I can take on anything Elden Ring, anything Dark Souls. And then with Master Chief, it's like any sort of like mythical or alien thing we can
Yeah.
explode. But I think with Balder being godly, it's almost too weak of a
Possible.
trio.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's it. I really appreciate you coming on,
Mhm.
and joining me for this interview.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing where you and your studio go next.
Mhm.
Um, before we end it, is there anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, biggest thing is we're starting our next game and we're looking at hopefully getting another game ready by the next Seattle Indies event, so we can showcase for the second year in a row. That would be a super great opportunity. We're starting to grow our community Discord. We're up to like 50 to 60 people in there, and it's becoming a little more active every day. That's a great place to like hop in and meet people, also meet us. We're a pretty fun, goofy group of people. So it's all of us just playing random games, which most likely we're hopping on tonight to play Deadlock. We've been obsessed with that recently, but would love to continue meeting more people and people interested in the indie space specifically. So please feel free to reach out anytime.